Hello everybody and welcome to Hungary for round 3 of the 2020 Formula 1 season. 3 races in as many weeks, and last weekend was an alright race, not compared to the previous one, but boy, is it good to finally be back at a new track. It's the Hungaroring in Budapest, and let's take a look at the Drivers' and the Constructors' Championship. After 2 back-to-back races at the Red Bull Ring in Spielberg, Austria, it's time for something different. Welcome to the Hungarian Grand Prix in Budapest at the Hungaroring. It's the final of the first leg of triple headers, and after this we have a week's break before going off for 2 races at Silverstone, the British Grand Prix and the 70th anniversary Grand Prix, followed by the Spanish Grand Prix on the 14th to the 16th of August. A week's break before the Belgian Grand Prix, the Italian Grand Prix, and then the Tuscany Grand Prix on the 11th to the 13th of September, and then a week's break before the last round currently confirmed, the Russian Grand Prix. In the Drivers' Championship, Valtteri Bottas leads the way, 43 points to his name. Lewis Hamilton is second on 37, Lando Norris, best of the rest, in third place on 26, Charles Leclerc is on 18, Sergio Perez 16, Max Verstappen 15, 13 for Carlos Sainz, 12 for Alexander Albon, Pierre Gasly and Lance Stroll 9th and 10th on 6 points. Esteban Ocon is in 11th on 4, the same as his teammate Daniel Ricciardo. Then Antonio Giovinazzi is 13th on 2 points. Danny Kvyat has 1, the same as Sebastian Vettel. No points currently on the board for Nicholas Latifi, Kimi Raikkonen, Kevin Magnussen, Romain Grosjean or George Russell. In the Constructors' Championship, Mercedes lead the way on 80 points. They are 41 clear of McLaren in second. Red Bull are third on 27 points after their first points last time out. Racing Point are fourth on 22, but are currently under investigation for the legality of their car, so have an asterisk next to their name. Ferrari still on 19 points, no points scored though at the Styrian Grand Prix a week ago. 8 points the board for Renault, 7 for AlphaTauri, 2 for Alfa Romeo, and no points on the board for Williams or Haas. It's the Hungarian Grand Prix, and this is your Thursday weekend preview. So an interesting track. It's Monaco without the barriers. It's very tight and long features. Let's take a look at it right now in Lap Attack. Let's take a look at the Hungaroring in Budapest, Hungary. 3 sectors, 2.738 miles, 2 DRS zones, and a total of 306.63 kilometres. First built in 1986. On board with Danny Ricciardo in the Renault then, and it's good and important to get a good exit out of the last corner as it gives you the power down the start-finish straight. Open up the DRS as well, cross the line, and as you come downhill to the braking zone of turn 1, pull 8th gear, slam hard on the brakes all the way down, 3rd gear, take the apex at 2nd, open up the DRS, rev up 3rd gear, 4th gear, 5th gear, turn slightly through turn 2, before the downhill section, hard on the brakes, 3rd gear, let the car drift out, catch the curb at the exit, take a wide line in 5th gear through as you ride up the hill towards turn number 4. This is where Massa had his accident in 2009. 6th gear corner, let the car dart out. Now this line has got 2, either the tight inside line or in the wet right round the outside. 4th gear into the tricky chicane area now. It becomes more like Monaco. 3rd gear bus stop before the left right kinks. 4th gear all the time. Just allow the car to rise up and up and up on the spectrum. Now, hold in 5th gear, 6th gear, flick the car, drop down to 5th, downhill, 2nd DRS detection point now as you brake hard all the way down. 3rd gear into the long apex last 2 corners on the track. Turn 13, hit the concrete inside line, get a good exit uphill. 5th gear, 6th gear, last corner, turn 14, let the car drift out, get the power on mid-corner, open up the DRS and complete a lap of Budapest. And joining me now to talk about the weekend, it's Ian Birch, our pit reporter. Hello, Dad, and hello, Megan. Welcome back to Formula 1 after taking Styria off. First of all, I come to you, Dad. Last weekend...
Why are we standing?
Well, for those of you who don't notice, we have got the table, but that'll be back on Sunday. For right now, we've got press for time. So what?
You told me Gary Windus had taken it back. Who? She doesn't like Coronation
That's a Coronation Street joke, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I've got other jokes, but I'm told I'm not allowed to say them.
Well, it's not that. It's the fact that we're very pressed for time tonight after coming off the
I see
Grand
the
Review
birds
podcast.
flying the nest.
Yeah, no Bird anymore, so no tweeting.
I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about Sam.
Which one? What?
Sam Bird.
Oh, Sam Bird. Yeah, he's left
He's
Jaguar.
left Virgin and gone to Jaguar.
Yeah, for season 7 of Formula E.
See,
But,
I know it all.
Yes, that'll be coming up later.
Don't really.
First of all, though, your opinion
She
last
does.
weekend.
I don't.
You do know lots of things.
Yes, though not everything. I mean, I spend most of my time nowadays revising and studying.
She got another package today from the school.
Yeah, she's
Is
very
good.
much in
Her
demand.
work falls through the letterbox and goes bang.
Yeah, we know when Megan's schoolwork's arrived, it makes a very loud noise. Okay, Dad, we're
Right.
pressed for time.
Press for time.
What's
Norman
you...
Wisdom.
Yes.
1958.
Very much pressed for time. I'm going to have to remind you that. I've just been
62.
screamed at in my ear.
Oh, right.
So, this weekend...
Unusual then.
Yes, it is. This weekend, then, Hungary Grand Prix. We've got Bottas leading the title. Hamilton's in second place. But Lando Norris
Lewis
in
is back.
third. Lewis is back. Yeah, that's what I want to say.
Dominated from the start
Last
week,
weekend, yeah.
right?
But will he stay being back?
That's a good question.
Well, it's for Valtteri and for Max to up the game, isn't it?
Does
Lewis
he have a
upped
good
his
chance
game.
of winning? Because
He's won here 7 times. He's
Yeah,
coming
he's-
to make
he's
it
pretty
80
good
in
here.
I
Hungary.
mean the championship, because the first race kind of clinched it. Yeah, he won in the second race. So what we're going to do about the first, since there's only 8 races?
What, Valtteri?
10 races now.
10 races.
There's 10
Still
races.
bad.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
very
while
bad
you,
way.
While you've been in your bedroom, Dal, put another 2 races on. And guess where one of them is?
Where?
Where does
Mugello.
where does Rossi live?
I don't know.
Italy,
I don't
Mugello.
stalk people.
Mugello.
So, yeah, he's going to be back there.
You know I'm Rossi, you know. We're back this weekend too.
Yes, MotoGP back this weekend, and you can watch it all on Monday on a special review show. These two aren't involved in that. I am. It's just me.
No, we've got a separate one. Me and Meg are doing Meg and Dad. Dad and Meg.
Are we?
Yeah, we've just got to
First
think
I've
of
heard of
something
it.
to do.
I'm already losing track of
What
this.
do we do?
Study.
Oh yeah, study.
Right, back
You
on
can do a
track.
study thing. I can be Joe Wicks.
Back on
Press for
track to last
time
week.
is what Joshua was
We have
thinking.
really pressed for time,
Go
and I'm
on.
being screamed at in
I'm
my
waiting
ear.
for you to ask me a question.
I was, and you were answering about last week and Lewis Hamilton and the dominant performance
Lewis was brilliant. The Ferraris,
They were,
they were brilliant. They played
Yeah.
hopscotch on themselves,
yes.
didn't they? Have you actually
should
seen
saw
it
it, yeah.
yet?
Who do you blame in
haven't.
that instant, Megan? You
I
did. You
haven't.
saw the Ferrari crash at the start of the last weekend's
Oh, I
race.
saw the Ferrari.
Yeah,
crash
who do you blame for that,
came in.
Leclerc or Vettel? Because many people have been saying Vettel, but it was 100%
No
Leclerc in
way.
our view. Yeah,
No way.
yeah.
Leclerc.
I think it
The
was
Italian
Leclerc's
press were
fault.
reporting it as
Leclerc has got
There's
to.
nothing
Leclerc has got
Vettel
to
can
realise
do.
that if there's a car on the left of Vettel and a car to the side of him, it doesn't go in the little gap, which is going to close down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's a schoolboy error from a lad that's just trying to make the Tifosi happy.
I feel like 75% of the time, the car on the outside is usually the person who accidentally caused the incident.
But in this case, it was Leclerc on the inside who jumped
Yeah.
over the curb. Yeah.
You can't. Where was
Yeah,
he
a bit
supposed to
like
go?
Hamilton last weekend with Albon.
Yeah.
I mean, it was lucky.
bit like
it was
that.
You're
lucky
going now.
that the Alfa Romeo following up, which I think was Raikkonen.
Yeah.
Right. It was very, very lucky that he didn't get with all that those shards that were around.
And
that he
yeah.
get a punch or even 2.
Kevin Magnussen took off George Russell on lap 3, ruined Russell's race after a great qualifying. Nothing came of that from the stewards.
No, it's a bit like I
Something
don't
Ferrari
know if you
happens and
remember
it's,
when
oh hell.
when Jensen came from last to first.
Mm.
It was a bit like he got up to first in the Canadian Grand Prix in the rain.
Yeah.
Right. Right. It's a case of who breaks first, and neither of them did.
Sounds like torture.
It was.
Yeah, but neither of them did. They just
No,
they just
literally,
kept
who
their
breaks
foot in,
first?
Right. They both did fantastic
Uh,
you know in that
Well,
race, and it was
yeah.
George
wouldn't
might
know.
have backed out a little bit, and then he might have stayed in the race.
We've got to talk about what happened at the end of the race. Lando Norris getting up to P5. That was a great
Have you seen that
move.
yet?
You might have seen it.
No.
No, she hasn't seen that.
Oh, I have seen that happen, though I just
There's a
haven't
go-
watched
if
the
you
race.
if you want to watch it again, try and find it on with the commentary from the pits. His engineer, because it's like right, and now push and pass. Come on, Lando, push and pass.
He was very
I
much
think-
talking through
you know,
it, wasn't he? Throughout the
yeah.
lap.
What did he go? 3, maybe 4?
Four,
Three.
four, three in the end, but with penalty, he got
Yeah.
4. Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
He
3 in
ended
the
up
end and then
P5.
penalty, he
Yeah,
got 4. Right? And with the penalty he started with, that, 3 pace good penalty. What for?
I know, silly. Meg, the mic's on, by the way, darling.
Oh, I know.
The mag is on.
Just quick coming to you then,
Not
Megan.
allowed to sing.
No, unfortunately not. Megan, just
It's
coming
good
to you.
that, because she can't.
Yes, Megan, just coming to you quickly.
I can sing better than
Pressed
you two.
for time, I'm
Go
being
on then.
reminded in my ear.
I'm not
We
going
can't
to.
sing.
Exactly.
Press for time, I'm
Not on
desperately being reminded in my ear. We really had
Go
press for
on,
time tonight.
get
'cause
on with it then.
We've got MotoGP to
Then
do.
don't
and-
remind
Sorry for
us.
I'm sorry for this because he's pushing us tonight.
Yeah, I am. We'll be live tomorrow for Free Practice 1
Live.
commentary, so
Press for
we can
time.
talk more then. Megan, I'm coming to you. Renault all of a sudden decided to protest the Racing Point, the pink Mercedes as you
Did
call
they?
it.
Or, as I used to call it, a strawberry yogurt car.
Yes, but just quickly,
The pink
the
Mercedes.
legality of this to
Well-
both of you, it was deemed legal, it's been legal, and now all of a sudden the FIA have confiscated Mercedes' car from 2019 and this year's
It's all
car.
about the brake ducts on the front,
Yeah,
right? But there's you.
Why don't we just add it on all the cars?
How many pictures have you got of those brake ducts from last year?
No,
Loads.
Tons of them, right? So it doesn't take a brilliant engineer to just go, they're nice. I like
easy
that."
to copy.
As long as they can show that there is no way that they got their hands on the blueprints,
They'll be fine.
they're fine. He's been scrutinised 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
press for time.
You know,
Yeah, no, that's right. I was coming to you
I'm
now for
just
the question.
joking.
I just asking.
I was coming to you, Megan,
You're
for
going
now.
on about it
The
so
legality,
much.
Megan, the legality of this situation. Is it fair that all of a sudden the reason the Renault only protested was because they beat them in the race twice?
I
Is
kind of
it
forgot the
fair?
question,
Is
sorry,
the
interruption.
sporting fair of it?
No, and to be honest, I think we should add it on all the cars because. It's
Okay.
annoying.
It's up to the people
Nothing's
who
fair
are
anymore.
protesting Renault, right? As I was saying about Christian the other week, and he was right in the end, but this one's wrong. It's the job of the team principals to actually challenge everything.
Yeah.
That's all they did.
I think everything should be more fair in racing because then it'll actually make it more exciting.
Said that a couple of weeks back. Yeah.
I mean,
in
if
Austria.
you ban
Hope the same
if
thing.
you ban the pink Merc, then you've got to ban the Haas.
Yeah, because that's just a
And-
carbon copy
and
of Ferrari.
That's
Yeah.
way within the rules, right?
So
you
is
can't
this.
ban Haas, so you can't ban Racing Point. I thought you were going to say about the other interesting news about Racing Point.
There's the fact of Aston Martin is going to take them over, and Sebastian Vettel could take over Sergio Perez's spot going into 2021.
You said
Yes.
he was asleep today.
What?
Who was
He's
asleep?
actually been reading.
Yeah, I've been busy today.
What have I said?
Nothing, Dan. Racing Point.
Yes,
The Lance Stroll's dad, Lawrence.
they've activated the
As
Stroll
I-
contract.
Yeah, they've offered
one's
Seb
barely
a
seen me
contract.
today.
And what he said basically is he'll take time to think about it because he doesn't know whether he wants to do 21 or take a year out or finish.
Yeah.
He's not decided yet, right? But if he wants to remain in Formula One, the pink Mercedes is a perfect place.
Yeah, perfect car to start the season with, and Aston Martin will be it, and that's of course British and German engineering. But also, Sergio Perez, which is what I was going to come on to, has been offered contracts in other series. World Endurance and we believe IndyCar are two that have been talking to him. He'll go well in IndyCar, a Mexican in IndyCar, and they race at that circuit. It would be fantastic.
Pat did well last weekend.
Pacheco Award, yep,
Right, Pacheco Award.
in the McLaren. The
Yeah,
Arrow,
in the McLaren.
the Arrow McLaren, the
Arrow
Arrow,
McLaren.
Arrow McLaren Schmidt Peterson.
But he's Mexican,
Mm.
and he's not the first Mexican to do well in IndyCar. And if you can, he's been a brilliant driver in Formula One. IndyCar means a quick trip home each night, right?
Yeah.
It's so close to Mexico.
Yeah, it'd be fantastic.
It'd be fantastic for him. It'd be easy for him to get to, and he's got a family, so it's up to him.
Megan, this has all been triggered by Sebastian Vettel leaving Ferrari, not even being offered a
It's
contract.
like a chain reaction.
It is. Fernando Alonso coming in, Fernando Alonso coming into Renault. You weren't here last weekend, so we didn't get your reaction to it. you love Fernando Alonso, and you're very much disappointed when he left and all the saga with McLaren.
Haas.
Do you know that was?
You want him in
And-
Haas, Honda.
I think he would.
Do you know that
I
was,
want to see a battle between him and Honda.
Do
Okay.
you know that's 4
That
titles
annoys me
of
because
songs
they
that
have
she's got in
Honda.
already?
Yeah, not bad.
Chain reaction.
But yeah, Megan.
Olivia Neutron Bomb.
2 seconds. Megan, do you think Fernando is coming back for driving
Greece.
pleasure or for World
Olivia Newton-John.
Championships?
Just to drive again.
That's what you said as well last week.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I think he's more relaxed. He's 40 years old.
One seat that is locked out next year, the 2 Williams seats, Russell and Latifi
Georgie
being announced, is staying with the team for both of them. So Williams are locked in. And
George had a good race last
Yeah.
week, and a bit of experience. He'd have hung back a bit. It's a bit like nobody took on Valtteri when he was in a Williams because they knew what had happened, and so he should have known what was happening there. But he's a good driver with only faults is the next place up, and but bit like Lewis said about Albon, bit of experience. He might not go for that.
Megan, coming into this weekend,
Brill.
rain predicted. You're our astrologist. It's saying a 50% chance of rain on race
More
day
like
and thunderstorms.
meteorologist.
Meteorologist, not astrologist. Should have said that. But
There's 13 of them now.
yeah, do you think? Oh, star signs.
We
yeah.
They've all
ignore that for
changed.
now.
We'll get back onto that later.
No, we're not.
We can.
Tomorrow. Yeah, not. So, I
We
mean
can
tomorrow.
just play the
Because I'm
same.
hearing in my ear.
Yeah, I've got it in my ear as well.
Just
We're
be both.
rambling
You
too
got
much.
it in your ear.
Megan, just
No.
quick. Excuse me.
This is good.
2 seconds. Megan, do you think it's going to rain this weekend? High chances of qualifying and the race, but
What
do you,
chances? Because
40% chance during qualifying, 50%
Yeah, I
chance in the race. What do you think?
it probably
it
range on
depends
qualifying.
because weather is unpredictable. It can come and go at different times. It depends on humidity, pressure, mainly the pressure because rain would have to build up.
I have taught you well.
Thank you, Megan. Right, that's it. We've got to go because we've been pushed for time tonight because the Grand Review podcast was on just before us, and we've now got to get ready today because MotoGP is back, and you can watch
And
all.
we've got the quiz.
And we've got the quiz, yeah. That's not for another hour. But with all sorts of issues. But
And
we
I've got me dinner.
we are back tomorrow live, 9:55 a.m. UK time for the first practice commentary. I don't know if these two are in it. I definitely am. I think you are. Don't know about you, Dad.
I'm having past the mile an hour.
We
Very
shall
nice.
see.
But we'll be back tomorrow for live coverage of the first practice session. The Friday practice review will be on tomorrow evening. In between qualifying and FP3 will be the review show. And 2 shows on Sunday, the preview and the review. And of course, you can join us on Monday for all of the reaction and analysis from the MotoGP season opener in Jerez. That's not you two, that's just me. Going through all of the sessions. And then on Wednesday, the Grand Review podcast. And then the following Monday for the second MotoGP race before 2 weeks' time. We're at the British Grand Prix at Silverstone for continuous, hopefully live coverage of something. So yeah, thank you two for joining us tonight. We'll be back tomorrow live in the morning. Bye for now.
See you later.